Hey guys, I am Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another zombies video on the channel. We are back today with a Q&A, the series where I take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and we answer them. As always, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like rating by the end, make sure you are subscribed, but let's get into it. Here we go, enjoy. So the first question of today is from Joey Dawson, and you say, do we know who made the paralyzer yet? And the answer is no. Although we know a lot more about Buried since the end of Zombies, we now know that the Pack-a-Punch machine was made by old Jebediah Brown back in Buried. We still weren't told who made the paralyzer. If you look at this weapon, it kind of looks like a mixture between old and new. It could have been made hundreds of years ago, but then again, it could have been made in recent times. So, which time did it come from? Was it the 1800s, just like Buried? Or was it modern day? And who made it? Could it have been Jebediah Brown? I would have to say no, because I think it would have been mentioned in one of the radios or somewhere along the lines. If it was him, we do know he was a blacksmith, so I suppose something like this would have been possible, especially since he created the Pack-a-Punch machine. Other than that, a weapon like this you would think was made by someone who knows what they're doing, like Group 935, but we've heard nothing about them either, so who made it, we really don't know. The second question from Jamie Cotton says, what do you think BO5 zombies will need to do to be better than BO4? So first off, is there even going to be a Black Ops 5 zombies? From the leaks and rumours that we've heard so far throughout the year, supposedly Treyarch are making the next Call of Duty game. Sledgehammer have been, I believe, dropped. We do know since World War II a lot of their employees were fired, so as to what's happening to them now and the studio, I'm not 100% sure. But Treyarch are supposed to be releasing the next Call of Duty in 2020, which doesn't give them that much time. I don't know how soon after BO4 released they were informed that they were making the next COD. Of course they already would have been working on it, but they would have thought they had a year extra than they do. So I'm intrigued to see what the quality is going to be like with a 2-year cycle instead of a 3, but that's how it used to be. Back in the old days with Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, developers only had a 2-year cycle back then, and, well, the games were very good. Some say they were better back then than they are now, which is strange considering they had a shorter amount of time to make them. And I suppose you also have to ask, will Treyarch's next game have zombies? I mean, I think that's a stupid question. We can definitely say yes. Every COD now has a third game mode, multiplayer, campaign, usually campaign, and a third mode. Treyarch has always had zombies. I can't see them making anything else. They won't be doing a Spec Ops or something like that, so I think we can safely say the next COD from Treyarch is going to have zombies. But getting back to your main question, what does BO5 zombies have to do in order to be better than BO4? And I think this is relevant because it's obvious that a lot of people didn't enjoy Black Ops 4. Not just the zombies, but some people didn't like the multiplayer, some people didn't like Blackout. But in this case, a lot of people consider BO4 zombies not to be as good as Black Ops 3. Well, why was that? In my opinion, and by the way, I enjoy Black Ops 4 Zombies, even though it does have its problems, but the number one issue that I had was the engine itself. Just the way it run. I think it worked for multiplayer and Blackout, but Zombies, it just felt weird. There was something off about it that I couldn't quite put my finger on, and that's something that they couldn't really fix. Once you've built an engine for a game, you're stuck with that until the next one. But we do know with Modern Warfare, Infinity Ward have a whole new engine. It feels, well, I think absolutely amazing. The audio and the feel of this game is the best out of any COD. Of course, that game also has its own problems, but the engine, at least, I think is fantastic. And so a way that Treyarch could fix that straight away is if they used the Modern Warfare engine. Imagine playing Zombies on that with those graphics, the weapons feeling 10 times better, the movement, although I will say it is a little bit sluggish in Modern Warfare. Or maybe what they're going to do is create their own new engine. We don't know, but I do believe straight away the game is going to feel 10 times better because I don't feel like they're going to use the same engine that they used in Black Ops 4, and I think that was the main issue. Whatever they did to that game, whether they added new guns or new maps, they were always in one way doomed to fail just because of how the game felt. There was nothing they could do about it. So that was one issue that BO4 had, and I think that's going to be fixed anyway. Along with that also goes with blue screens and glitches. I think that's also a little bit to do with the game engine as well. Of course, every game has its issues, but BO4 had a lot more than others. And then some other things I will say is, one, the perk system, along with, I guess, the elixirs. I just think the change going from our old OG perks that we had since 2008 to this new system that I didn't like. I never end up using perks in Zombies anymore. And also going from Gobblegums, which a lot of people enjoyed, a lot of people liked. I never used them, so I wasn't really too bothered. But then switching to elixirs, which don't really make sense. The OG perks and the Gobblegums had something to do with our story, whereas, and actually this is something I haven't really brought up now that Zombies is finished, the new perks still haven't been explained to us. We haven't been told in terms of story why the OG perks suddenly disappeared and we now have these new machines. Who made them? Where did they come from? We still don't know. It's very bizarre. So I think at least giving us back the original perks, Juggernaut, Quick Revive, Double Tap, Speed Cola, that'll make zombies better straight away. Another one, and I think this is not going to be a problem anyway, is maps. Every ether map for BO4 was a remake. I don't think that'll be happening for Black Ops 5 Zombies, so we don't have to worry about that. And that also goes for Wonder Weapons as well. And the final thing is the storyline. I honestly believe if Treyarch want to make zombies what it used to be, if they want to get it popular again, they have to reboot the Ether storyline. I don't think the Chaos story is enough. I don't think people are as interested in it. Even myself, I don't think it's going to bring people back, or even new people aren't going to be as interested with just Chaos. You can say it's been going on for 10 plus years. Things have got to end somewhere, but as we've seen with Modern Warfare, they reboot it, start it over again. I think that's definitely what they need to do. I can't see it carrying on from where it left off. There's nowhere else to go. The Ultimus and Primus crew are dead. VICTIS are trapped in the Dark Ether. The only two we have left are Samantha and Eddie, who were left to wander into a new world, so maybe we could play as them. But I think the best option would be for them to reboot Ether, carry on Chaos as well, or at least do 2 maps on it to finish it off, and then continue with Ether through DLC, because remember with BO4, we were left on a cliffhanger for Chaos, and Treyarch did say that was just Season 1, so we're definitely getting more of it, but I don't think it's enough. For Black Ops 5 Zombies to succeed, they have to either reboot the Ether story, just like the Modern Warfare campaign, or continue from where they left off. And if they do all of that, the main one being a different engine, bringing back the OG perks, having new maps, not remakes, and finally continuing or rebooting the Ether story, I think Black Ops 5 Zombies will succeed. So let me know your thoughts about that one in the comment section below. And the final question of today, the one we all want to know, you say, will Zombies Chronicles 2 ever be coming out? Now, from all of the leaks and rumours that we've had, bearing in mind that these have been going on since Black Ops 4 released a year ago, we have heard little bits of unofficial information about Zombies Chronicles 2, and since then we've had quite a few things leaked. I don't really stay up to date too much on those myself. I'd rather see what we get when it releases, but being on Twitter and in the Zombies community, you hear quite a lot of things, and apparently Zombies Chronicles 2 has been finished for quite a long time. It is already done and is waiting to be released. Just the other day I came across this tweet over on Twitter. This is from Old Saint Eric, where he says, "Really love watching these YouTubers try and discuss DLC 5 stuff and pretend to be confused when anyone who went to Ancient Evil was told point blank by Treyarch that it exists." I wasn't one of the YouTubers that went to Treyarch, so I can't confirm this. And you can even see in the replies, another YouTuber who I believe went, called OGX-Rays, said #EricBomb, meaning he revealed this. And then Old State goes on to say, wait, didn't this already get said publicly before? And OGX-Rays replies, I think it's been said before, I'm just acting like it's a huge reveal. So you can see from this, from YouTubers that went to the reveal, and also from leaks, Zombies Chronicles 2 is very much finished, and it's been waiting there on the sidelines for quite a long time, ready to be released. And if you think about it, it is kind of suspicious how all of these Zombies YouTubers never really talk about Zombies Chronicles 2. They don't really make theory videos on it. Is that because they already know it exists? Obviously there's going to be NDAs and things they have to sign, so you can understand them not talking about it, but it is very much a thing. So I suppose the next question is, well, why isn't it released if it's done? Well, if we look at the first Zombies Chronicles, that released in May, which is 5 months away from now. If Zombies Chronicles 2 was following that same timeline, that would mean it releases in May. But this is different because it's already finished. I assume for the first one they were still working on it through into the next year. So a release date I can't give you, it could be any time. Possibly Activision are waiting for Modern Warfare to die down a little bit. We have just had Season 1. Maybe early next year they'll decide to drop it. There could be many reasons as to why they haven't. It could also be down to Black Ops 4. Maybe Activision don't think it will be as successful if they release it on this game, so are they going to wait for the next one? And also, what maps are we going to be getting? Well, it looks like it will be the ones with VICTIS. That means TRANZIT, Die Rise, and Buried. From what I've heard so far, Die Rise and Buried should be pretty much identical remakes, just with a few changes like the original Zombies Chronicles. And actually, Buried is already in the game pretty much. It is in Blackout. And then the only one that could be getting a pretty big overhaul is TRANZIT. All of the things that were bad about that map originally could be changed. The denizens, maybe there will be less of them in the fog or none at all. And I think it's going to be a better map anyway, just because the last time we saw it was on BO2 and the graphics and everything are a lot better with BO4. So yeah, VICTIS Chronicles. It is finished, it should be coming, that is if they still decide to release it. As for when, it could be any time, and it looks like it's going to be the VICTIS Chronicles with the 3 VICTIS maps, Buried, Die Rise and TRANZIT. I don't believe it's going to be any more, although I haven't heard all of the leaks. And also, could it be taking place in the Dark Ether? Either way, hopefully it gets your hopes up knowing that it's already done, and it's up to, I suppose, Activision, not Treyarch, on when they release it, if they ever do. I mean, if it's already completed, then it's just a matter of time. Anyway, guys, there we go. That is it. That is all for today's video. As always, hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.